Billy Guthrie. He punches Leo Wilson's lights out in the robing room, and Wilson hates him more than he's ever hated anything, and then wallop. Door of court, all set for trial. Wilson pulls the plug. Why? Because Michael Marlowe, his excuse for a senior clerk, told him to. Why? Well, what's the most likely hypothetical? Bob. Johnny boy. Billy gave Marlowe something.
What? Gave him what?
Bob? Information.
Right.
What kind of information?
Something that harms us.
So what do?
You talk to Billy.
I listen to Billy. I put myself near him. And it's so hard for him, seeing me.
And he talks.
Don't you ever stop long enough to start. Get your car out of that gear.
Leave me alone, Marlowe. This is over.
It doesn't go away, Billy. It's grown. It's a bigger thing now.
What you told me about your head of chamber sleeping with Judge Martin, I'm finding it a real struggle keeping it to myself.
Who are you saying?
Simple. You leave your chambers and come and join mine. A Wendy D'Souza and his honor, the bigwig who's old enough to be a father, gets splashed all over the tabloids. Simple. Think about it, Billy boy. What?
Wendy D'Souza's still doing a rape.
And?
And she's leading Billy Guthrie in the Heat Club murder.
Tomorrow.
Today.
Fuck it. I love this murder. This is the new Leeds. This is the kind of murder you get when the city throbs at 3 a.m. And 3 a.m. throb murders must all be ours.
So?
18 minutes to.
So we do it. Nobody knows we cocked up. Billy wings it. And the throb murders keep coming our way.
Billy on his own?
No, not on his own.
Silence.
What?
Silence, Billy.
Silence?
It's the best way.
Think so?
I think so. I once spent 60 seconds waiting for a client not to answer my question. Blew him out of the water with silence. Brilliant.
Brilliant, but it's hard. It's not easy. You have to have the courage
To shut the fuck up.
which is a difficult thing for most barristers.
Billy,
Alex?
how are you?
Hey. What? What? Yeah, right, very funny. Just shut up, though. Just shut up with the silence, Alex.
Trial's in 15 minutes. You okay?
Where's Wendy?
Stuck in her rape. You step up.
Where's Virginia?
It's vital at times like these to have someone you can trust. Someone who knows your every move before you've made it.
Times like what?
Times like when the clock's ticking down. Alex. You and Alex.
It's a very good murder.
What kind of very good murder?
Nightclub salesman comes out.
Salesman?
Help us, John.
Name?
E. Cummings.
3 E's.
3 E's Cummings, you know, ecstasy for the kids.
And?
Wham, big brick brains him completely.
Death of a salesman. Forensics?
No.
No brick?
No brick, one witness, DJ called Mr. Hat.
R-man?
Repo man.
Brief of what?
I don't know.
I thought you'd had this brief for a while.
Wendy was leading me. It was a one witness case. What was I supposed to do? Work on it?
Repo of what? Cars? Debt? It's probably cars. Or debt.
Supermarket trolleys.
You repossessed supermarket trolleys?
6,415 in the last 12 months. I've brought them back. It's a massive achievement.
It's a massive achievement.
I've got the biggest work ethic you've ever seen.
Right.
The Germans don't do it.
No?
Only us. Trolley theft is a British disease. It's a disgrace and a...
Disease?
But it's not the ethic that's the driving force in my career. It's Jesus.
What did he say?
And 6,400 trolleys is a huge number of sinners wheeling their way downstairs. I don't just repossess trolleys, Mr. Hay. Mr. Guthrie. I repossess souls. I bring them home for Jesus.
Are you certain the man you saw attacking Mr. Cummins was the same man you later identified?
Certain. I'm a DJ. I look at a sea of faces all night, every night. I know about faces.
You do it.
What?
Just fucking do it, all right?
What's your nightly drug intake?
What?
I think you heard the question.
And you don't have to answer it, Mr. Hatt. No witness is obliged to incriminate himself.
I don't think I'll answer the question.
Well, what drugs did you take on the night of the murder, Mr. Hatt?
2 E's, which, in case you're interested, sharpens perception.
Sharpens the belief that perception is sharpened.
Do you know that from experience? Or is it something you read about somewhere?
Mr. Hatt.
It's just Hat. Not Mr. Just Hat. Like Sting or Bono.
Mr. Hay is asking the questions. You are answering them, not the other way round. Hatt.
Who supplied you with your 2 E's?
I don't want to say.
Why not? He's dead, isn't he? E. Cummins?
Yeah. He killed him.
You know Mr. Blatter, don't you?
Yeah, he hangs around the club quite a lot, talking to the kids.
What about?
He's a god guy.
What's he against?
He's anti-drugs, he's anti-club, he's anti-me. He's just anti.
You don't like him? He's everything you don't like. You were off your face, the lighting outside the club was poor, the man you saw attacking the victim you saw for no more than about 5 seconds, and some of the time he was running away with his back to you. You haven't positively identified the murderer. You've identified the man you would like to be the murderer.
The hat. He always wears it. He was wearing it that night. It was him.
Hat?
Yeah, it's like a blue and white check thing. He was wearing it, definitely.
Is this the hat?
No.
But it is the one taken from my client on arrest very soon after the murder took place. There is no other hat, except perhaps the one being worn by the real killer, Mr. Hat.
You had no idea it was in that bag, did you?
Absolutely not.
You may sit down now, Hat.
Ringing in. Brilliant.
You can slag me off. You can slag off what I do. But I know for definite that it was him that did it.
Michelangelo.
Huh?
It's a Sistine Chapel moment.
God forgives you.
Alex, punt her over there.
God, I can't believe she's going out with him. What?
Like Dr. Martin's sharp suit.
Short hair, top button.
Undone.
What's a copper doing in our chambers?
The question is, who is representing him?
I am.
Good lunch?
Beef. First time since Mad Cow.
Good. Feel okay?
I do feel a bit strange. Quivery. Legs a touch unreliable. Bit grobbler.
Probably the beef.
Mad Cow.
Or love. The legs always go. One of the two.
You interviewed him without a solicitor, even though he'd asked for one?
You know how it is.
Yeah, sure. And you sat opposite him in the interview room for 7 minutes in complete silence.
which is very, very oppressive. Isn't it?
I've seen a lot worse.
And you got the caution wrong.
I got it mixed up with the old one.
How long has the new caution been with us?
A while.
5 years. DC Ezra, the man you oppressed the hell out of, is black.
I'm not a racist. I made some mistakes. Mistakes are mistakes.
They've set a date for the meeting.
What meeting?
The Chambers meeting to decide which one of us gets taken on. 3 weeks' time.
Right. And who told you?
Peter McLeish.
He hasn't told me.
Probably he thought I'd pass it on to you.
Probably.
Which I am.
And when did he tell you?
A few days ago.
Right.
May the best man win.
Do you want to rephrase that?
That's not my phrase, that's what McLeish said.
Brief for you, miss. It's a straightforward plea. Right up your street.
And you don't think I can handle complicated trials?
Didn't say that.
You very nearly did.
Old man runs over a 10-year-old kid, paralyzed from the neck down. It's a moving case. I thought you'd do moving well. And then the solicitor would put the word around that you're a good thing, and then there'll be more chance you'll spend the rest of your life with us. May the best man win.
You're sniffing around her. I can smell the sniff and it stinks, so stop it. Or I'll peanut butter your excited little peanut.
Anything for me?
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
R versus Boswell, previous good character.
Since when did we start looking after police officers, miss?
Is that a proper question? Or is it one of those things you stick on the front of statements to make the statement feel nice and fierce and the recipient nice and small?
You give us a minute, please, miss.
Not a proper question, then.
Do you know what we are to coppers? You know how the pigs think of us? We're the abattoir. Abattoir bloody chambers. We bleed pork. And that reputation's priceless. It's what we're built on, what our punters love. Cutting up pig.
One police officer.
One police officer is all it takes to burst the bubble. Would you come here if your job was armed blagging and you heard you were likely to bump into DC Bloody Wonderful in the waiting room?
Peter.
No. End. I've got it right, you've got it wrong.
I just happen to think this is a very good cop. Maybe even a very brave one.
Fine. If that's what you think. Such a womanly instinct there, Rose. Good for you.
We need to decide if you're going in the witness box.
I want to.
I'd advise against.
Why?
Because we've done well up till now, we're in decent shape, and we stand to lose more than we gain by you going in.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I'm not persuaded. I want to go in.
Juries don't necessarily like...
What? My type? Those of us who are close to Jesus. It's only fear, Mr. Guthrie. People can get past fear if you talk to them.
It's your choice.
And I've decided. You know what I say to sinners? One question, but it's the only one. Do you have Jesus in your trolley?
We should get going.
Knocked him on the head about giving evidence?
No, he's going in.
What? Jesus, Billy, he'll blow it. He's barking.
That's what he wants.
When has what the client wants ever actually mattered? Give me an example in your entire career when a client has overridden your judgment. What's wrong with you?
Keep a lid on him, Billy. Don't let him thump the tub. This incident happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. Where were you?
I was a couple of streets away.
Had you been at the Heat Club?
Yes, I'd been there because...
How long before 3 did you leave?
A few minutes, I think.
Why were you there at that time of night?
Looking for trolleys. It's my job.
Thank you.
And when I look for trolleys...
You find them?
I was going to say that Mr. Guthrie is leading the witness, but I think finishing the witness's sentences for him goes well beyond leading.
The day before this happened...
I think I'd like to turn to...
Let the witness say what he wants to say.
I went to an abattoir. Do you know why?
Sit on him, Billy.
Mr. Hay?
Nothing, Your Honour.
I saw a trolley being taken in there. Do you know what I found? 85 trolleys. 85! Do you know what they're using for at the abattoir? Testicles, penises, hooves, claws. All the bits you can't use, detritus. They cut them off, they put them in the trolleys and they wheel them to the furnace. I saw hell that day. Twice. Once in the abattoir, blood and bits and stolen trolleys. Then in the heat club. Hot. Poisoned lunatics. Spinning and twisting and grinning and feeding on pills like fish in a frenzy.
Shit.
You represent these people, Mr. Guthrie, don't you? It can't be easy.
Mr. Blatter.
Knowing that you're looking after these poisonous people. I don't know how you do it. Things are black and white. Either you have a clear conscience or a bad one. You speak the truth or you lie. That's how it is in my domain. Mr. Guthrie, sitting down won't help. Let the light in, Mr. Guthrie. Stand up. Stand up for truth.
Dead in the water. Why didn't you get him to shut up?
I tried.
Really? You could have fooled me.
The judge...
What? You shut up, do you? Because the pudding on the bench said so all of a sudden. That's not the Billy Guthrie I know.
I think the jury can see past his noise.
You don't believe that? I hardly recognise you, Billy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, hard case.
It's a murder. We're deeply unprepared. The stakes are high, but it's not that hard. Nothing like your first ever rape or your first trial, and you stayed in shape during those.
How's Stevie?
Stevie's fine. How are you?
That's not what I've had.
All right, Billy, I'll let you avoid answering my question. It's fine. There's a lot of sex. There's a lot of sex with Stevie.
Right.
The sex is a bit, you know, actually...
Actually, no.
Boring.
Boring?
It's not boring, not that kind of boring.
No?
It's boring because there's so much of it. Even when we talk, it's like we're having sex. Just sex.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I hear that, the too much sex thing.
Absence of context. Look, the police set us up together because fucking Stevie, the shit-hot solicitor, was good for the chambers. So it's artificial. There's no tones, no undercurrent, no...
Helen. No Helen. All right?
I'm a policeman.
What about him?
He's not what he seems.
What does he seem?
On paper, racist cop behaving badly.
But you think there's an underneath?
Mm.
You got good instincts, Rose. You know things before they're said.
Yeah?
You think he's a good man. That's what you think, then you're right.
Why does a good man behave badly?
I drug women.
You drugged them?
Slip a little something in the cocoa, then they sleep. Not they, she. Just the one. Mandy.
Then what?
Then I cozy up.
Cozy up?
Imagine that. How's your father with a sleeping Doris called Mandy?
Actually, I rest my head on the breasts of the sleeping Doris.
Then what?
I go to sleep too.
Even weirder. What is it, some kind of mother thing?
Why sleep?
Come from Vienna, Freud and Lederhosen. What's a boy to do?
My mum, she worked in a factory, making glow-in-the-dark. Illumination. Yellow. She had a laugh, my mum and her mates. They'd come home at night with the stuff all over their faces and tongues. And jumping out on people on the way home, all illuminated. And she'd knock on the back door, and we'd answer, and pretend to be scared, and scream our heads off. She'd laugh some more. Big laugh. I cut out her tongue. Radiation. Big Scottish surgeon bloke said your mum's had her tongue away. Glow in the fucking dark. Killed her. I believe in evil. Fucking up happiness. Fucking up families.
I've got to go.
You too, sir.
Why? Where?
Put your head on the breasts of the sleeping Stevie Good. Coppers and Austrians all of a sudden. What's happening to us, I believe? How's it going with Repo Man?
Oh, he's a bit unpredictable.
Is he?
Yeah.
Anything else?
What?
Anything else?
No.
I heard you were being a bit...
hard.
From Alex. What, you're upset he confided in me? He's worried about you.
A bit.
Yeah.
Bit what?
You tell me.
I should...
Billy. Oh, Rose. Sorry.
Why did you think I was Billy?
Don't know. Good morning.
Good morning. I got to...
Yeah, your police slip.
Yeah.
Rose,
Morning.
you got the Ezra stuff.
Yeah?
There's nothing there that helps.
You've read it all?
Last night. Morag was busy preparing her own case, so I sorted it for you.
Ah, thank you for letting me know, Hussein.
I'm free this morning. I'm not in court. I thought I could give you the benefit of my presence.
Presence?
Or should I say my not whiteness?
Get your coat. The man you arrested was black?
Yes.
Or coloured?
What? Black.
Why not coloured?
Coloured is...
Yeah?
It's the wrong word.
Wrong.
Inappropriate.
Why do you care?
It's the wrong word.
It's pejorative. You don't know what pejorative means.
Don't patronise me.
DC Ezra, you're an intelligent, sensitive police officer, or that's how it seems to me, and yet here we are, square peg, round hole. DC Ezra, look at me. Look at him. Tell me you're a racist police officer. Tell me this behavior was motivated by prejudice. This was sabotage, wasn't it? Not bigotry. Well, that takes real courage. What else could he do? He knew the arrest to be motivated by prejudice and bigotry. He knows the culture of the police force is racist. And he knew that no one is going to stop the arrest of this man because a lowly detective constable felt it to be racially motivated. So, he did a very brave thing. He used racism to sabotage the arrest, the investigation, the whole case. It's the ultimate irony. Fake racism stops racist case. The little man who made a difference and now has to pay for his actions. I'd ask you not to use the ultimate sanction and dismiss him from the force. The police needs men like DC Ezra. Good eggs, however wrong-headed, are badly needed in the police force today. Brave and principled ones. Priceless.
Jesus. It was him. The hat.
It's blue.
Not on the inside, it isn't.
It's amazing how crap the police can be.
Breathtaking.
Very touching, Billy. Still surprised by police incompetence.
Not them, him. Blatter, his hypocrisy is breathtaking. We should...
What? We should what?
We've got a duty not to mislead the court.
Oh, I see. Since whenever you started doing the prosecution's job for them, they fucked it up. It's not for us to unfuck it, is it? Is it?
Yeah. Oh. Right. Okay. It's Daniel. He's not well.
Go home. The judge will give us time. We've gone through this case at a million miles an hour. He won't be fussed. Go on.
Is he okay?
The doctor's here.
Doctor? Right. Is he okay? Peter? Where's the doctor?
He's hot. He's got a temperature. I'm the doctor. Alex called me. He's fine. How are you?
Something I want to tell you.
I know.
Marlowe.
What did you tell him?
But Wendy.
And her judge?
Yeah.
Is that all?
That's all. What are you doing?
This is what you are without me. Nothing. Naked. A blank thing. With me, it's all possible. This is Pele. This is a brain surgeon. This is a brain surgeon what plays for Brazil and flies jets. Everything. With me. Get out of here, can you? It's a murder you're late for. And stay strong. For the moment, about all this.
I told the judge you were emotionally unstable and needed a break. It's fine. Jury speeches are in the morning. Is he okay?
Who?
Who? Daniel.
Yeah. What's the question? And you even gonna ask the question? Question is, why am I being so fucked up? And what's the answer? Alex? Jesus, listen to me. Filling the silence.
With? With what?
Something I have to tell you.
Wendy. The name.
Sorry?
Peter Pan. First time it was used. The first ever Wendy.
What do you want?
Everyone grows up, Judge. Some start later than others and some cling on to Never Never Land for a very long time. But in the end, can't stay a boy forever. No more Wendy. Over. End.
What gives you the right?
Because if you don't do as I suggest, the next lot through that door won't be barristers either. They'll be reporters with a lot of saliva on their chins on account of the fucking drool.
Goodbye, Mr. McLeish.
Marlowe.
Marlowe?
He's got it too. What I know, that's two senior clerks. One of us I can trust, the other I wouldn't know.
What are we for? What have we ever been for?
Sorry.
You could have...
What, told you?
Well, 5 minutes ago I was telling you about Stevie.
Stevie? What's Stevie? Who's Stevie? It's not the same thing at all. I could have told you about Stevie and sex being boring if I had a Stevie, but this is 100 times more than that.
Yeah, well, I did tell you, which is what we're for, you and me, I thought.
Alex.
No, fuck it, Billy, fuck it!
I know why you're here.
Do you?
You wouldn't have come to Chambers if you were going to tell me anything else.
Wendy, the thing is...
There.
What?
I'm right. The thing is, those 3 words, then a pause, then bad news. Why?
Because it's becoming impossible.
Yes. It's never been possible.
No.
You're right.
Bye, Wendy.
I had no choice. Marlowe got to hear about it. I'm sorry.
I got my copper off. I knew it. It wasn't racism, it was sabotage. Wendy? What is it?
Martin.
Martin?
You don't know, do you?
I don't think I do.
I told Billy. I assumed he'd tell you.
Tell me what?
Judge Martin and me. I love him. I really love him.
Oh, that's okay.
No, it isn't. It's not okay.
Hi, Stevie. No message. Just ringing to say hello. Oh. Right. Zara, hi. Alex Hay here. Give us a call sometime. Bye.
I do want to.
Good.
That's a problem, probably, with the getting going, getting the old fellow to pay attention. It's because I really want this to be...
I know.
It's not just something in passing.
I know.
Thank you, Doctor.
You see Dan before he fell asleep? Rose?
Wendy.
What? Yeah.
You knew?
Yeah.
Before me?
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me? No, don't go quiet on me. I won't have you go silent on me.
The reason I didn't tell you is... there's something more.
Talk to me now.
I told Marlowe.
What? Why?
Well, he said he'd get Wilson to drop the case against me. I had to.
Why didn't you talk to me? I
to.
don't care about I had to. Why didn't you talk to me?
I couldn't.
You couldn't? Ooh. And who else knew? Peter? Peter. Peter McLeish tells you to shut up, and you do. Is that it? Is that you, Billy? Peter bloody McLeish runs your life, and you can't do anything unless he wants you to. Am I married to you and our senior clerk?
Sorry.
And look at what he does. You know, he gets people to keep other people in the dark to suit his dirty politics. And all the consequences. Martin breaking Wendy's heart, me shouting at you, mean precisely nothing to him.
Sorry.
No, you look at me. No, you look at me. This is too important. Is there anything more? Fine. However many glasses you may feel like smashing, you should remember you're not the victim in this. Victimhood's the easy way out. Won't work, Billy.
There's nothing you can do about it. It's the morning stiff. Always there. Girl's best friend.
Thank you, Doctor.
I thought you'd want to know things look okay. I mean, he was amazing, Peter. I think he's forgiving me.
One thing, Billy. Why is it him you care about? Why is his forgiveness everything? No, it's Wendy you betrayed. It's Wendy who spent half of yesterday sobbing her heart out. And why him? Why is it always him you need?
Sorry.
We had no secrets. We had truth and you lost us that. You're a weaker man than I thought you were.
Certain. Definite. Who's speaking? First one? Mr. Hatt. The second? Mr. Blatter. Both these men applied big words to themselves. Faith, trust, conviction. Words to live up to. Words we're scared to use. And here we have two men making claim to them. The good news is that you can ignore the words. They don't mean very much. Why? Because you look at the evidence and you decide whether you can be sure of guilt. This is a one-on-one with nothing else in the equation. And that's not good enough when a man's on trial for murder. Mr. Hatt believes he is right, but belief, like faith, trust, and conviction, can be mistaken. It can be wrong. And that's what's happened here.
Frank Green, the big one.
Clashes with this.
Dump it. What is it?
A big new police discipline case.
Dump it. Oh, the high ground road, is that where you think you are? Because your copper turned out squeaky. Well, let me tell you. Squeaky had a buddy. And Buddy kicked the shit out of a black guy they nicked. A full-blown pig-on-nigger thing. Then along came you, with your eyes wide open and your clever sabotage. But Squeaky wasn't saving Black Guy from an injustice. He was scuppering the trial before it got started, so no one got to hear about the big pig toe caps on Black Guy's kidneys. A racist protecting a racist. Squeaky and Buddy, bless their hearts.
You knew, and you let me make a fool of myself.
Coppers, blaggers, they're all dirty, Rose. Coppers are getting dirtier because they're scapegoating their bad eggs like mad to try and regain a bit of face. But they're not dirty enough to bring in the work to justify the blaggers we'd lose if we show them coppers in our waiting room. Comes down to money.
And you decided little Rose needed to learn the big lesson the hard way. That's what you do, isn't it?
What?
You get information, you hold on to it, and you use it to control people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you've done to Billy. He's more concerned about getting your blessing for absolutely everything than he is about his relationship with me, Wendy, Alex, all of us. And now you've done Billy, you want to do me. Well, you can't have me, Peter. I won't let you.
Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty of murder?
Guilty.
Forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the glory, ever and ever. Amen.
It's such a shame, shame you're wasting away. You can't stop kicking till your legs give way. Your mind's ticking and the time's...
The thing about you, sir, is that if you hadn't had a gigantic fucking silver spoon in your mouth and you shot out of Mrs. H's urethra like a big posh salmon, you wouldn't know you were born.
What?
You see me sitting here, and you think I'm sitting, but I'm not. My ear is to the ground because the ground is everything it knows.
Everything?
History of the world on the floor, in with a beer. Falstaff's phlegm, Chrissy Marlowe's blood, George Best's dribbles, sperm of George Michael, all of it, and I've soaked it all up. I'm a soak. I soak up life. You haven't even started. You haven't even said hello to the ground, let alone listened in. This is your first time, isn't it? Billy's betrayal. First sticky moment you've had, apart from wondering which Doris to stick your silver spoon in. And it's not so bad, Alex. In the scheme of things. I love you, and I love him. You're my boys. Now what are you going to do, break your father's arm?
I want something cleaner. I want straightforwardness. The rest makes me too tired, Billy. Too tired.
Fancy dinner?
Dinner?
Yeah, what do you say?
Sir? Mr. Mitford needs you.
What now?
Now.
I'll be 2 minutes.
Dinner?
What?
Or 1,000,000 decibels of fuck-off garage in a big Merc with the roof open?
Tom Mitford's gone home.
No, I come back here.
See you. Wendy. Oh, it was me. It was me who told Marlowe about you and Martin. It was me.
What? What?
You, the car, everything.
Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
Oh, what? So what are you going to do? Never talk to each other again? Shake hands. Shake hands. Dance. I want to see you dance. Dance!
Now there's that rhythm that puts me in a trance. Oh yeah. Now that beat and that rhythm just building up. It's too hot for me to slow down.
Coffee? Tea?
No,
Sex?
Now that groove is filled with soul, and I can't help but lose control. Cause that beat and that rhythm just keeps building up. It's too hot for me to slow down, and my feet are filled with happiness, and I'm determined to dance it down. Hey, now music is such an attraction. To move my feet is my first reaction, cause that's the only way to get satisfaction. Watch me now as I go into action. There's that beat again, and that rhythm too. Ah, yeah. Hey, if music makes you feel like I do, you gotta dance too. All right.
Faith, trust, conviction. Big words, Billy.
Pompous bastard, Alex.
Pompous bastard, Alex.